Hello, Army of Light, Earth Division. It's Shauna L. Francis. Today is February 11th, 2023, Saturday night. I got a much earlier start on my channeling today. I channeled actually the collective team first off with 1,400 words. So that was a surprise that they came in. And then Queen Elizabeth for a relatively short channeling, just under 700 words with her. And it only took about an hour in that exchange. So probably like me, she's feeling it's been a long week and we're looking forward to a break tomorrow, Sunday, February 12th. So we won't be online with the video tomorrow. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We're channeling Queen Elizabeth and we are naming names and it's getting pretty heated. The disclosure has been unbelievable and horrifying and terrible, just as our collective team has described. Yeah, the collective team this morning came in first off and basically was saying the negative personal attacks are basically here. This is going to start now that, you know, we're talking about people like Winston Churchill. And today the Queen dishes pretty hard on the Mountbattens, which is Prince Philip's mother's bloodline. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read to you everything that the collective team said today, guys, because this is important for you as well. We have created such a beautiful soul family here, boots on the ground. We are kicking butt here. Such a beautiful team. And this is not by accident that you're watching these videos, that you have resonated with these messages. Some of you for the last 2.5 years since I started my channel. Thank you all so much, by the way. I adore you. I love you so much. I love these comments. I love the energy that we have, but this is about ready to change. So I'm going to go ahead and read what the collective team had to say today. Shauna, the negative reptilian regime coming after you. It's going to be happening fairly quickly, in short order, especially now that you and Elizabeth are naming names and you're talking about proof and evidence. They don't like this. They mean to shut you down, dear Shauna. Make this work very difficult for you. Be prepared by first being aware that this is going to come. Also, we'd add, remember that you are simply playing a role. All right, so my webmaster is working diligently on getting all of my, nearly 300 videos ported over to my website. We do have the ability, and that's www.shaunalfrancis.com. If for some reason I get shut down on YouTube, I'm on Facebook. Starseed Lifestyle with Shauna L. Francis is the name of the group. But you can also access the videos moving forward at www.shaunalfrancis.com. So we're so close to being ready, and it sounds like we're so close to these attacks coming. The team's been warning us for months that this is going to be the case, that this information is going to strike a chord. It's not going to be easily dismissed by people because there's going to be a resonance of truth here, just really getting under people's skin. All right, so let me keep going here. All right, so remember that I'm playing a role. This is an illusory experience. It's a mechanism by which your soul learns and evolves, along with all the others with whom you are entangled and interacting. This is all an illusion. We're infinite souls of love and light having a temporary human experience here. We are balancing karma. We are having these experiences that we wanted to have. We are learning lessons, okay? Even still, as light workers, in my opinion, we have some extra work to do here because we are awakening in this illusion. We are stepping more fully into who and what we are on an authentic level, on a much deeper level than I am Shauna in a female body and I'm doing this, right? So what we're doing really is more energetic in nature. It is about the love frequency. It's not about being in fear. It's not about going with the with the status quo and with the history of how things have been done in the past and the routines and the habits of things that the ways that we have experienced lives and ways that we have thought about ourselves. So we're breaking out of that paradigm in big ways, especially now. It's go time with holding the light as this onslaught of negativity comes at us from who knows where. I really don't know what to expect, but I do ask some questions here. All right. This entire plane of existence, they said, will benefit from the work you're doing, Shauna. Please don't doubt this. Your life is about to get more difficult, dear one. We'd also say, let yourself release any attachments to outcomes, any expectations for how this may go. Make no assumptions. Make no judgments. Keep yourself in your center. Stoic, dear one, stoic, they said, breathing deeply. Imagine bathing yourself in high vibrational light, surrounding yourself with your angel family. Remember that we are all prepared for these times, dear one. You have an entire army of light on this side of the veil, ready to assist you. Melchizedek is in your field. We are a united front, the entire galactic federation of light, all their hearts facing toward you, beaming unconditional love, high vibrational light, strength, and support. They said, Shauna, how you maneuver these upcoming times will be critical to your own sense of well-being. Take ownership of this, they said. Take action to keep yourself grounded and centered. You have all the tools that you need, dear one. And I said, thank you so much, team. I said, is there anything you can tell me in more tangible terms about what we can expect in terms of these attacks? I'm thinking about logistics such as, the internet, the technology, how might they get at me to distract me? What might this look like so that I can be thinking about ways to counteract it? And they said here, Shauna, you will be seemingly singled out, picked out of the crowd. Travel will be difficult. Technology will be difficult. The words that will come will be meant to hurt you emotionally. They will be personal in nature, and it will feel like a barrage of insults will be never ending. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I guess I need to, make sure I make a video on this. And they said, yes, tell your team about all of this, Shauna, so they may also be prepared. I said, thank you, team. I said, should I turn off the comments on YouTube? I said, it's a small thing, but would that help? Is that appropriate? And they said, Shauna, we don't recommend it. Quite honestly, they said, the hatred and anger that will be coming your way also must come to the surface to be seen for what it is. Those who have the eyes and the heart to recognize it will help to transmute it, holding all who attack you in love and non-judgment. What a beautiful opportunity to really put our light to test here, to the test. Really, really exercise our freedom, our sovereignty, our ability to hold space, our ability to be in non-judgment and to be holding the torch as high as we possibly can for those who are going to take the negative route. You're helping to facilitate the bringing up of dark fear-based energy to the surface to be transmuted. Unfortunately, this is all going to be in the form of personal attacks on you, but you're ready to handle this. So while the intent will be to distract you, to slow you down, and even to stop you, this will be helping to facilitate a massive release of dark energy to be seen, to be felt, to be heard, and then to be transmuted and transformed into light. This is all part of the evolutionary process, Shauna, so it would behoove you to keep this in mind as well. It's all part of the evolutionary process for all of us, even the negative reptilians. And they said, also remember that those who come forward to do the attacking may not be aware of the fact that they're serving a negative reptilian regime. Mind control, Shauna, remember this. There is a lack of free will in many of these instances. Fear and rage cause emotional and spiritual blindness. Fear and rage cause emotional and spiritual blindness. So we allow these tides, they said, the currents, to bring this up from the depths up to the surface. Do what you can, Shauna, to not take this personal. Do not fall victim to the malintent here. And remember that all who attack you are going through their own evolutionary processes at different stages of development. And there will be some heroes along the way, they said, who have your best interest at heart. Angels among you helping to carry the light, to help spread it like a comforting blanket. I'm so thankful for that. I feel like all of you are the angels here on the planet, helping to spread this light in that way. They said, how are you feeling about this, Shauna? And I just went off here just like, I can't believe this is finally here. It's been so long in the making, all this preparation and not knowing what this was, what my mission was, but knowing that it was big, and still a part of me finding it so unbelievable and so difficult, and yet also feeling empowered, ready to go, knowing the importance of this, feeling the solidarity with the collective, with all of you, feeling this beautiful, intense energy coursing through my field, through all of our fields. You know, it's undeniable that we have a beautiful, loving, high vibrational team here supporting what we're doing. I mean, the love is undeniable. And I just said, what's happening here is absolutely awful. And I said, it's much bigger than I thought it was going to be quite honest. And then I said, you know, I feel like it would be much more advantageous to the negative reptilians if they just kind of got rid of me quietly, you know, instead of making a big deal about what we're doing, about what I'm saying, about what the Queen's saying, you know, just kind of taking me out, as they say. I'm like, it seems to me like that would, if I were them, that's how I would do it, you know, just not make a big issue out of this, and then I would just kind of fade into obscurity. And they said, Shauna, we will do everything in our power to make sure that doesn't happen. I said, thank you, team. And then I said, with my free will, I humbly ask and pray for all the protection that you guys can provide physically, mentally, emotionally, and, you know, protection from any negative reptilian beings trying to do any mind control. I'm asking, you know, that none of that is able to take place. And they said, Shauna, it's our honor to serve you in this way. And I said, thank you, team. And they said, great gifts await you, dear one, beyond time and space, beyond your current level of understanding and comprehension, but deep within you, dear one. You know what we speak of, and it is fairly close. You and the entire team of light on earth are at the forefront of our consciousness, of our hearts, of our love. We are so humbled to be making this journey with you, they said, to be contributing to humanity's ascension, to be supporting all of you in this way. Yes, I said, thank you so much, team. I said, on behalf of all of us here on the earth who are working with you, we thank you so much for all this love and support. I said, team, is there anything else? They said, Shauna, that's all from our perspective. And I said, is there anything else I need to know in terms of, naming names, that Queen Elizabeth had talked about? There will be some more instructions on being able to be familiar with the names that need to come forward. So far, so good. They said, no, you're doing everything perfectly. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yes, so I'm a seraphim in training to be a full angel. This will be a big step toward that happening. So they tell me, halls of Amenti. I have a feeling I might have one more life down here. I'm not exactly sure. All right, so that's everything from the collective team. We're switching gears to Ms. Elizabeth here. All right, she said, Shauna, we're going to get started today by visiting the grounds of my ancestors, the negative reptilian bloodline lineage. I said, sounds good, Elizabeth. We stand at a crucial place where there were no laws, not as we understand them today. There were no moral high grounds, not as we would apply it today. But there was certainly structure, certainly hierarchies, certainly methods and expected processes, procedures, pecking orders, and unspoken rules. The dominating thought in those early times was survival. Survival on multiple levels. The Mountbattens, she said, a negative reptilian bloodline that has been around for centuries. Okay, just a little background here. Well, first, let me read this. She said here, there may have been many different names for the bloodline throughout the years, but certainly it was a bloodline that was carefully cultivated, protected, and nourished. Prince Philip, my husband, in that lifetime was one such descendant of that bloodline. Okay, team, so I've just done maybe 20-30 minutes of research since I went through this entire process with the Queen today, the Mountbattens. This is carried through Philip's mother's side of the family. When Philip was born, he wasn't a Mountbatten in name, but he took that name later when he became a British citizen. Okay, but it's through the mother's bloodline there. And also came across the fact that Philip and Elizabeth are third cousins. So they really work hard on making sure that there's a lot of that going on, that the bloodline is staying as pure as possible. That's why divorces are so awful and unheard of through at least through antiquity, not so much in modern day. And that might be part of what helps bring the monarchy down, the dilution of the bloodlines. Gosh, I hope so. That's maybe part of it. The Mountbatten. So that is, again, Philip took that surname in the 40s, I guess. Okay. All right. She said here, the Mountbatten bloodline was responsible for the insular, self-serving agendas of some of the most powerful and influential human reptilian bloodline people who ever walked this planet. Prince Philip may have seemed unassuming and, quite honestly, fairly insignificant in terms of the royal regime, but he was the latest in a long string of ruthless beings who mercilessly capitalized on and exploited humanity's innocence and ignorance. Those are some really hard-hitting words from Elizabeth here about her husband's family. Really her family too. Everything, they're all intertwined. She said here, he was perfect for the role that he played. The Mountbatten reign was the reign of terror, insidious, sheathed in darkness, boiling over in its depravity, spawned almost from Satan himself. These reptilians in human form left a trail of fear and destruction that still stains the energetic field of today. And she takes a bit of a turn here, and I was thankful. She said, how might one go about emancipating the energy from this specific bloodline? She said here, we begin here first with recognition and awareness. Seeding the collective, Shauna, with this information. Okay. Next, she said, we steadfastly, unconditionally wrap this entire bloodline and all of its people in love. And there's a nice big pause, and I was visualizing doing this. I was really trying to feel it. It's about a 5-minute pause here. We're wrapping that entire bloodline, all of the people that are a part of it, in love. From there, we envision the victims, the innocents, those who played that role in this very dark game. We envision healing for all of them, wrapping them in a timeless cloak of angelic love. Thanking them for their gifts, their sacrifices, so that the future generations may overcome many, many generations of this abuse. Shauna, she said, may all who hear these messages choose to be of service in this way. I said, thank you so much for that, Elizabeth. Please continue whenever you're ready. There was quite a bit of a pause there. She said, Shauna, the service of the Mountbatten Bloodline to the regime cannot be overstated. And once again, unfortunately, today, this bloodline continues its savage practices, barely under the radar. This particular group of negative reptilians are getting complacent in the age of technology, in the age of disclosure, in the age of vigilance, and this age of awakening, she said. Once again, proof will come to light. Evidence will be presented. And the grips of this ancestry, this long, wide trail of debauchery, will be exposed. And this will be a significant turning point in this war. Wow. Then she said, until then, dear ones, let us continue to emancipate this negative reptilian energy specific to this bloodline. And that was it. She said, Shauna, this feels complete for me today. All right, so wrapping the entire bloodline in love, taking time to do that. Team, if everybody could just spend 5 or 10 minutes a day for the next few days doing this, it could make a big difference. I'm definitely going to do this. Then we do the same for the victims, cloaking them in angelic love, thanking them for the sacrifices they made, the lessons they've learned, the gifts that they've provided, so that we may emancipate this energy finally. All right. I don't know if any of you know this bloodline, the Mountbattens. I haven't had a chance to do a lot of research, but if you know anything, please enlighten us here. All right, team. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for holding your torches so very high, even for those who may be resisting it. All right, so I'm feeling grounded in what we're doing, and I'm feeling ready for what's coming. We don't want any tit for a tat type stuff going on, right? I'm not really sure what advice I'd have for the onslaught of negativity that will be coming our way. I think it's an energetic response. We definitely don't want to get into any kind of a boxing match with folks, right? All right, love and light for everybody, even the negative reptilians. Okay, team, I'm taking tomorrow off, but I do expect to see you Monday. I love you guys. Thanks for everything. Mwah.